So here's some progress on the Precat. Delete. So let's see, this got moved out of the way like so. Bolt got put back. These bolts got put back, and then there's that center bolt that you just don't take off. This got taken off. Here's that clip there, as well as that part that clips in. There's that second clip. There's one clip here and that second clip there. So this got taken off. There's 4 bolts here. These need to be taken off on the front and the rear cat before you can even have a chance to take out, especially the rear cat. There's 2 of these for each cat. See this guy right here? It's like this. You take that bolt out, this comes off, then it's like in these little hinges there. Here and here, and it just lifts right out. This one, here's that clip that you gotta undo. It sits like this. See that there was that top one, and there's that clip. And see, there's that bottom one. There's only one off. See how here you actually have to take off the thing? Here it just slides right out. This got taken off. After this gets removed, then this whole thing can be pushed back this way. So then we have access to here, because this is where you can deliver that thing. Right now we're taking off the J-pipe. Make sure to spray it with penetrant, leave it for a minute, because those sometimes will strip, sometimes it just needs penetrant. So to remove the J-pipe, you could either take these 2 nuts off, or you can put some grease onto this right here, just onto the end, and work this thing off. And you see it just comes off. You just put a little grease on there, or you can spit on it or something, and then it'll come off. And this is connect this to the cat. So you take these 3 off. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And this is for the rear cat. 1, 2, 3. Always put penetrant on these especially. And this front cat, same thing. It has 3 because those nuts are really finicky. So always spray them well with penetrant, or you'll have to grind part of a bolt off like my brother just did. So yeah, that's how you take this off. Then you move on to this portion, and you take 1, 2, 3, and 4 bolts. There's 2 bolts on the other side in the same place. So my brother's trying to take off the trying to take this sensor off.
Remove the entire thing first.
All right. The sensor, so it's sitting on the last bolt here. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it's on the last bolt, and that's all it needs to remove it. The plate, that heat plate, heat shield on the other side is still on. So there's a second, you can't even see anything. There's a second sensor down here, right there. And that one needs to be unhooked as well as this one from that. Alrighty, I was out for a bit, but put things back together. My brother got this back in, this back on, the strap back on. So that was a real difficulty to get out. The original one. This one's back in. Both the sensors are back on. All the things that we moved out of the way to deliver the original one is back on. We're about to put back the J-pipe. These are the original ones. This was, if you ever had to or are going to have to take this out, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, basically we moved this out of the way, undid this, took it off, undid this, took it off the cable, just pops off. Moved this out of the way, up and over here. Then we undid this one and moved it to the side. We undid this one as well. That's the power steering hose there. This bolt, we took this thing off. Obviously this was off. And we just moved everything out of the way, up and out of the way, and we kind of
shimmy, dude. Up, and down here, up, and then out the side. And then carefully out here. It is very difficult. Easier with 2 people, but it's work. There's many more things that are easier. Jeremy, put that thing in first.
What?
Put the actual reservoir in first, and then tighten it down. And it's basically the last piece of the puzzle.
I gotta get the J-pipe in.
Oh, and the J-pipe. See how it slides right on those notches.
And put that and secure it with the 10mm bolt.
And then, what else? Where is it? And the J-pipe. And then we'll see what it sounds like. Take it for a little drive. We'll get you a clip of that to see how the resonated ones. It also takes a few heat cycles to actually get it to be exactly what it was. Because I remember when I bought my ATLPs, they sounded loud as hell for the first couple of weeks until they kind of mellowed out. I remember when I first installed those ATLPs, the catback, the 2.5 inch it, I just had gotten it on, and I went down the street with my wife, and we took the first left on the boulevard, and there was an officer there, and he really wasn't impressed with this, with the loudness of it, but it mellowed out.
So when you put the J-pipe back on, it's kind of tricky. It's better with 2 people. Because it's flexes, it kind of has a... You gotta like put it on the rear one first, and then kind of pop the front one up and over, and kind of do a halfway thing, not like put one all the way and then tighten down at the other. It's kind of like you kind of shimmy each side up, and then it comes on. By the way, ATLP is a fine product. The catback is all I can speak for. J-pipe is fine. I run that. I also run the ATLP 2.5, and it actually sounds quite nice. Nicer than a couple of the other competitive brands. So I'm not harping on it, just it was loud when I first got it.
Alright, first start up with the ATLP third cat delete and the pseudo. Right here, right?
And I like how it's not overly
right?
Loud,
it just has that little bass, right?
Bit louder than it was.
Yeah, it sounds nice. I like that in the exhaust. It's still nice and tame sounding. Yeah, when you started it up, there's just more bass in the exhaust. I don't know if you can hear that.
Check engine.
Oh, it shouldn't be.
Well, in case we forgot to
Fuck something up. Yeah, so it's stock catback. Now it's quieting down because it was cold start. Sounds very nice. Don't worry about it. It's just burning off. It's burning off.
Okay.
That'll always happen when you do the work. Coming off the caps, whatever they put on straight onto it, and the oil that we've been like smudging, it's burning off. Yeah, real good though. We've got the J37 intake manifold we put on. J37 throttle body. No relearn needed because the relearn is only needed for the idle on the manual, but not the auto when you're putting the J37 throttle body on. Smoke coming off of it, but that's to be expected from whatever work we did.
With front and back, could be
very nice. OEM sound. We'll have an in-car wide open throttle on the next scene.